Good afternoon, council members. My name is William Kilgore, and I'm here on behalf of the St. Petersburg Tenants Union. Housing insecurity and gentrification are the greatest existential threats facing low-income earners here in the Sunshine City. Although we've seen a drop in poverty, we've seen a rising gap in income disparity across the Bay Area and a stagnation or even drop in quality of life for many hardworking individuals and families. This is further exacerbated by COVID-19, and the economic ripple effects of this horrible pandemic will be felt by low-income earners for many years to come, long after a return to so-called normalcy. As council members, you're tasked with balancing the interests of all residents of this city. But the problem when it comes to housing here in St. Pete is that there is an imbalance of power between the landlord and the tenant. And I understand that many things are out of your control, things such as rent stabilization, rent control, which are preempted by state law. But there are many things within your power that you can do, and to not take action to do anything you can to level the playing field and make it more fair for tenants in this city makes you complicit in that imbalance and complicit in the suffering of our most vulnerable. I believe each and every one of you sincerely wishes to do the most you can to help vulnerable tenants in this city. Later this afternoon, I will be sending a follow-up email to each of you outlining immediate steps that must be taken to address the crisis facing tenants here in St. Pete. Leading up to the November election, I plan on speaking to you all during a public forum at these meetings with updates on what our organization is seeing and bringing other members of our organization and affected individuals to speak with you as well. This is an issue that affects me personally. Just this week, I met with Vice Chair Driscoll. It's funny. The vice chair and I were relating about anxieties associated with month-to-month rental agreements. I go to check my emails later that afternoon, and my landlord, Terrier Properties, informs me they're raising my rent by 40%, an additional $254 a month. For context, last month, I submitted a notice of intent to withhold rent due to untenable living conditions in my apartment, which were the result of major ongoing repairs. So I decided to shed light on my experience publicly through the tenant union social media pages, along with Terrier's history of evictions during the pandemic. And this resulted in folks writing some unfavorable reviews about the company online. So this exorbitant hike in my rent is clearly retaliation. Unfortunately, this is very difficult to prove in Florida. I'm not telling you this for sympathy, but to stress the point again about the immense imbalance in the tenant-landlord relationship. I'm not the only one experiencing this, but I'm in the position to speak up, and I'm speaking for my fellow tenants who are suffering in silence right now. I thank you all for your time today, and I look forward to seeing you all over the course of the or next month. Thank you.